Morning, afternoon, evening people, welcome back to the channel. So it's the 5th of June today, 10:30 in the morning, 15 degrees already, beautiful sunny warm day, honey flow on, blackberries in full flower, bees are all over them, so you can see loads of foragers in and out. So we're going to open up, see how they're getting on with these supers. Quick hive inspection. So last inspection we saw about 5 frames of cap brood. I'm expecting some of that to have emerged now. That was 7 days ago at the last inspection. Some of it should have emerged depending on when it was capped. So let's open the hive and have a look. First things first, I'm looking at the top super. I'm not expecting them to have touched it. Now, I got a comment on my last video saying, oh, there's not enough bees, why are you putting supers on, you're asking too much of them. Matter of opinion that. However, if bees are in the wild, do you think they move into an area just big enough for a brood box, or do you think they're moving to higher that tree big enough to expand into? All I know is give them that space to expand into when they're ready, and when they're ready they'll move up into supers, no problem. Don't do them no harm in the summer. As you can see, there's bees up in this super already. I'm not expecting them to have drawn these frames. I can see they haven't. I'm not using any smoke today, so I'm hoping they're quite calm. Now this super, they've started to draw it, no problem. That frame is well and truly underway to being drawn. Both sides. They've started to draw this one too. So they have recognised that super as theirs, they're starting to expand up into it. Now I have got a super frame down in the brood box that I was trying to encourage them to draw, which is going to fill this gap here. So we'll move that frame back up here and put up another brood frame back in the bottom. So let's open the brood box. Okay, lots of bees on the queen excluder. It's very gentle, I'm not using any smoke, don't want to agitate them too much. Quick cursory check of the queen excluder for the queen. No queen on there. So you can see they're picking up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bees across 9 frames. Looking really good. That's a frame they were drawing. It's practically drawn. And that is full of nectar. They're filling it. I can see straight away this frame is getting packed full of honey. You can see there. That is all honey. They're starting to cap it. Around the edges, potentially they're preparing this area for the queen to lay and pack stores around the edges, and that's both sides. That's quite a heavy frame. They are storing a bit of nectar in there. So this is the super frame that I was speaking of, and they've drawn a lot of comb on there, which is surprising. At space of a week they've done that. There's the queen. Right there. So I think, didn't want to have to do that, but I think I'm going to have to leave this super frame in there now with the amount of comb they've drawn on the bottom of it. So that's completely drawn. And the queen's on there potentially laying, so that frame's going to have to stay. Cap brood, one full cap frame, fully capped. Look at that laying pattern. Both sides. This is a good queen. Cat brood and mature larvae. ready to be capped, and that's both sides. So you can get a close look of that mature larvae there. Cap brood, both sides. Cap brood and larvae, both sides. Cat brood, both sides. I'm expecting all these frames now to be cat brood, except maybe the last two. Cat brood, cat brood. Okay, this frame was cat brood last inspection, is now all emerged. There's a small amount of cat brood on there, so that's why we're going to pick up in population. So brood has emerged. This frame, stores around the edges. The last frame I know is the same. Right, so year before last I had trouble getting bees up into supers. So what I did, I put a super frame in the brood box for a few days, got them to start drawing it, moved it up into super. But this time they've been that busy, not only have they fully drawn that frame, they've drawn comb below it and the queen's on there. So I'm going to leave that in, that frame now. I have got a fully drawn brood frame that I took away, an empty one, but I'll use that for a split. So put this back together. As you see, the bottom super they're drawing that, the honey flows on. Give it a week or two, that super will be drawn, they'll fill it for the honey. Like I say, 5th of June today. By beginning of July, mid-July, they have a boom population to cash on the summer honey flow. So let's get it put back together. Okay, so as you can see, super busy bees. They've drawn comb much faster than I expected. When I did that a couple of years ago, that trick, in about a week's time they just started drawing that frame. As you can see, they've totally drawn it. So yeah, note to self for future reference, maybe leave it in there a couple of days. However, not a biggie. So yeah, controversially people might say second super on there. Why? As I said earlier, when the bees are ready to move into it, they'll move into it. If they're not ready, they won't. They've got that space there for when the colony expands. Anyway, so if you enjoyed that video and you want to see more beekeeping videos, hit subscribe, give us a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.